Did you know grocery stores are arranged in a specific ways so you buy a ton of stuff you don't need and should not be purchasing? You know, like the non-healthy stuff. So what do? Listen in for a few tips to keep you in the right aisle. Hey my friends, I'm Haley Hobson, certified life and health coach, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Your Whole You. Have you ever thought about how grocery stores are a psychological experiment? It's true. Think about how carefully arranged items are. For example, I don't know about your store, but in mine, in the fruit area where the bananas are, there are always stocked bags of chocolate dip, which is a subtle psychological suggestion to the shopper that when you eat bananas, you should add some chocolate dip because duh, they aren't already sweet enough, right? If you've ever noticed this stuff before, start paying attention. You'll realize that the grocery store food setup is intentional to influence or brainwash you into the choices you make while you're shopping. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can stop being a participant in your store's marketing tactics and stay in control of your shopping experience when you're at the store. I'm gonna share my top hack to help you with that. Plus, be sure to check the description for a super handy free download that contains a healthy starter shopping list for you to use. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm sure you've heard many times that you should always shop the perimeter of the store as much as possible, right? And yes, for the most part, that's true because there are healthier foods there, you know, the ones that are actually living. Except I told you about the chocolate sauce that was hanging out in the banana aisle. Not to mention, a lot of stores have actually wised up to this and have started integrating the organic, healthy stuff into their regular aisles. The reason is stores are designed to have you walk through them entirely because they hope you'll fill your cart with more of the processed convenience foods and not just the healthy whole ones. And you may ask why. It's because the healthy stuff has a lot shorter shelf life, which means it makes the stores a whole lot less money. Newsflash, my friends, the money is in the processed food industry. The more you buy there, the more income the store literally makes. I mean, check it out. The aisle setup totally makes no sense. You've got bins of nuts and figs, and then all of a sudden you're in an aisle with sunblock and baby wipes.
Wow.
You've got to walk through every aisle just the same way you've got to walk through the entire duty-free section of an airport in order to route to your international gate terminal in the airport. Have you noticed that? And you've got to walk through every aisle just to get to the basic things on your grocery list. And no doubt, you'll end up with a whole lot of things you didn't come in for. Am I right? Produce is at one end, paper goods on the other, bread in the middle, snacks spread all over the place throughout. You're like a ping pong ball bouncing, and the store you're shopping in is hoping you'll fill your cart with as much as possible. And you do. You lose focus. You forget what you came in for. You walk out without one item that you came in for, and then you leave with a whole bunch of things you didn't need at all. This is why the perimeter is not the best hack anymore for sticking with the healthy whole food at the grocery store. I mean, I'd say it's still a good guideline, but it's definitely not foolproof. Like when you need that gluten-free rice pasta or diapers or paper towels, right? We all need those, right? So that's where my hack comes in. And here it is. You make a list. It's that simple, right? But it isn't so basic as a regular list because I'm all about next level hacks, okay? So listen, we live in the future, right? The past just happened, which means we're surrounded by technology. And if you aren't already making technology work for you with the basic household tasks, like creating a grocery list, then guess what? You're gonna start right now, okay? You're gonna build a habit of using your digital assistants, of which I bet you have at least one in your home, to create your list for you. I have a few. Their names are Siri, Alexa, and Google. I'll lend you one, okay? And all you need is to say to her, hey Siri, create a grocery list, and then dictate to her what you want on that list. And anytime throughout the week, as you're thinking about items, ask Siri to add them to your list for you. Guess what? This same command works with Alexa and Google Assistant, and then you can borrow them too. Here's why this matters and why it's so important. To avoid being unwitting participant in the grocery store experiment, you've got to stick to that list. And the list is what helps you stay on track when you're bouncing from aisle to aisle. And having your brand new digital assistant, who's free by the way, is what removes all the stress from making the grocery list. Because chances are you're like me, and the idea of scouring through your fridge, your pantry, your laundry room before you go to the store may take like 30 minutes of your time from your day, and that sounds about as fun as gathering up all your paperwork to file your taxes, right?
Yeah!
So let's recap. Do stick with the perimeter of the store as much as you can. But when you venture into the aisles, because you have to, right? Unless you're a fruitarian, prep yourself by using a preemptively digital assistant to create that list from you. Then use that list when you're at the store. And I'll give you a triple gold badass wellness babe star if you start using your digital assistant like Alexa to then turn your list into a subscribe and save on Amazon, so no trip to the grocery store is required. Or if you use your grocery store's app to create your list, then submit it as a pickup or a delivery order. Again, no trip inside of the store required. Now, make sure you grab the link to download the freebie that goes with this week's episode. The link is right here in the description. Be sure to give this episode a thumbs up if you've liked it, and leave a comment with your thoughts on grocery stores. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of my videos. All right, my friends, that wraps it up for this week. I'll see you online.